And now, it's time for the 27 Sports award-winning Football Frenzy.
Welcome into Football Frenzy, the final Football Frenzy, the finale of the season.
It's sad.
Next week we'll have the state title games, but this is the last time that we're sharing this platform up here and we get to run highlights together, but we do have a good slate.
We sure do, and it felt like football weather out there. It was cold.
It sure was. I had to wear gloves while shooting highlights for the first time this season.
Love it,
we had 3 games up in Nemaha County,
Yeah.
but we start down south.
Take it away.
For 6A
Take it
playoffs.
away.
Out in Derby, Manhattan at Derby. Our Wichita affiliates calling this the game of the week, and rightfully so. Manhattan starts on offense, looking to keep the perfect season alive, and Carter Aslan has been underrated at QB after having Keenan Sharts. He uses his legs and cruises into the end zone, showing a bit of love to the home crowd on the road. Derby ties it, then Aslan runs it all the way. Not so easy this time, lowers his shoulder, and Manhattan retakes the lead. Panthers on offense looking to match yet again. Not this time. Manhattan's defense comes up big on 4th down. Now Manhattan looking to make it a 2-score game. Aslan rolling right, doesn't have to use his legs. Jaden hardly has to move. Wide open for 6, and Manhattan leads 21-7 at the break. And the defense would hold that score. Manhattan back in the state title game for the second time in 3 seasons. Derby falls 31-21.
All right, those guys are legit.
They are. Out to Wellsville, America. Hayden has dominated this season.
Sure have.
Looking to get back to the 3A title game. Undefeated Eagles with the ball first, looking to pass, and that ball is out, folks. Hayden's Andrew Rohr causing a ruckus with the strip sack. Wildcats falling it. That's Trayton Taton with the recovery.
What a name.
4 plays later, 1st and goal. Let's just run it up the gut. Broderick Desch playing bully ball. Hayden first on the scoreboard. Back on defense. 4th down for Wellsville. Eagles looking deep to tie it, and as good as Hayden's offense is, it was the defense showing up tonight on the road. Hayden back in the 3A title game for the 2nd straight season. Your final score, 35-7.
And Coach Bill Arnold is smiling. Let's take a little trip up north, shall we? Defending 2A champs, Nemaha Central hosting Council Grove. And this is QB Luke Stewart's dad out there braving the cold. Pretty cool there. Braves got the ball first, and they're forced to punt. Or are they? Ace Monahan channels his quarterback skills, and that was Hayden Buttry for a 1st down. Couple plays later, Stewart fires downfield, but he finds a purple jersey instead.
That's not the color he wanted.
Mason comes up big for the Thunder. Nemaha on offense, and Carter Hike doing Carter Hike things. Why throw it where you can carry it? That's what he's asking. Hike running, fighting, diving for the 1st down, and then some. Hike again on the goal line this time, and the Thunder bring the boom. That's good for 6 and an eventual 7-0 lead. Thunder back on offense here, and Hike's got nowhere to run, and Monahan makes him pay. Slam to the ground.
Schools, you're playing
He's
both
the running
ways.
back, right? He's the running back, the punter, and the linebacker.
3 ways
by the
make
way,
it, my bad.
Doing it all. Braves trying to get some O going, but Stewart will be denied a 1st down here, and the Braves get denied in Seneca. Nemaha Central wins at 21-6 to advance to its 3rd straight
Let's give it to the Grove, though. That's the furthest they've ever made it in the playoffs against an Nemaha Central team that's won back-to-back. So big ups.
Stop 2 of 3 up north. The Rossville Dogs visiting the 10-1 Centralia Panthers in the 1A semifinal. Dogs were down 14-3 when our camera got there. And folks, welcome to the Tyson Horrocks Show. Little DIY action from 12. We'll move the sticks, and yeah. That's good for a
when our
first down.
camera got there. Caroline's not. It was Caroline Sorrell
again going
the
for the pitch play this time, but it's a handoff, and it's gone wrong. The ball's loose. The Panthers pounce on it. Ben Haverkamp comes up big. This is the very next play. Panthers trying to add to it, but Tyson Horrocks got other ideas. Quarterback, defensive back, title doesn't matter. That's Rossville football. The defensive battle continues. Horrocks looking for some real estate, but Parker Cook lets him know nothing's for sale. Big 55 comes through with the sack, and the Panthers come through with the 22-9 win. Centralia moving on to the 1A
2019 state champs back at it.
Woo!
All right, out to Axtell we go. Here's Brandon Schmelsley, the KU football commit. Eagles get Frankfurt. Axtell, one of the most dominant teams in Kansas high school history.
Wow.
Wildcats looking to play spoiler on the road tonight in the 8-man D2 semis. Eagles win the coin toss and elect to receive. Schmelsley showing why. Does a little do-si-do, and he's dabbled in scoring some touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
It's an early 8-0 lead for the home team. Frankfurt's first possession now, facing 3rd and long, deep in its own territory. Quarterback Wes Anderson putting up a fight, but he won't get an Oscar for this feature film. Flock of Eagles gets the sack and forces a punt. Just a few plays later, an Eli Brocksterman run sets up 1st and goal Brandon Schmelzley surveys and falls backwards into the end zone just like that, 16-zip. Frankfort does go marching though. Wildcats have 4th and goal, and Anderson tosses it up to Lane Luiso, and Frankfort showing some life with the score. Axel on offense, Schmelzley scrambling 3rd and long. He just chucks it up there, and that's Peyton Adams coming up with the turnover for the Wildcats on the road. Frankfort on offense now back in Eagle territory. Wes Anderson says, I don't care about your titles. You're some Royal Tandem bums. Wildcats giving Axel what they don't normally get, a competitive ball game. So Coach Eric Detweiler set up in his chair and tells Schmelzley, just go score the rock. And for the first time in a while, the Eagles have to play in the second half. Final score 52-20. Axel back to the state championship
Put that on
game.
repeat.
That's 4 in a row.
Right? And here's this year's state matchups. In 6A, Manhattan takes on Gardner Edgerton next Friday in Emporia. The 5A and 4A championships will be next Saturday.
No one in our viewing area, unfortunately, for those 5A, 4A teams. Hayden Wildcats will play Andale. That's going to be another big game. Andale has been dominant in 3A so far. That game's in Hutchinson, and we'll also see Nemaha Central with Southeast of Saline on Friday. And then Centralia will take on last year's 1A champs Conway Springs also on Saturday. And
finally, in 8-man football, all these games will be on Saturday in Greensburg.
Shout
one of those big
County,
matchups.
Only 8-man field that's turf in the state.
Hey, gotta love it. One of those big matchups there will be Axel taking on Victoria.
All right, and that's your look at Football Frenzy, the Football Frenzy finale.
Woo! We'll be right back after this.